So the Eagles make a trade, just not the one we're all waiting for.
Hail the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
Scary Cooper, asshole.
Oh, Diva! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans. Dallas still stinks. Everybody do it. King Ding back here. So we got some Eagles breaking news happening today as we all sit and wait for the Eagles to acquire another defensive back. They go ahead and they trade one. The Eagles trade Johnathan Cyprien, a 2027th round pick, to the Atlanta Falcons for linebacker Duke Riley and a 2026 round pick. So the Eagles actually get a 6th round pick out of this, and they give up a 7th, and they send Cyprien to Atlanta. Now, Atlanta lost Keanu Neal to, I think it was an Achilles tendon, but he's gone, so they needed a safety. They needed somebody to play. Cyprien had 15 snaps during the regular season for us and 74 on special teams. So I'm a little surprised at this move only because we're so beat up with our defensive backs. I mean, you got Avonte Maddox is going to be out, Sidney Jones is going to be out, Ronald Darby is going to be out. You would think maybe they would keep some guys right now, but nope. The Eagles choose to send Johnathan Cyprien to Atlanta. They get Duke Riley, who's I think he was a 2017 third round pick out of LSU. He hasn't played at all for Atlanta, okay? I think he came there. They thought he was going to be a starting linebacker. He's a little bit undersized, very athletic. He's a really good, apparently, he's got talent to be a weak side linebacker. That's what I heard about him. Don't know much other than that with him. Can play special teams from what I'm hearing. And the Eagles get him. Now, we got rid of LJ Fort, earlier last week, who I really liked LJ Fort. And to go ahead and bring in another linebacker, it's a little interesting to me. As far as our safeties go, now you have Malcolm Jenkins, McLeod, Sendejo, and then I think you have Rudy Ford. Those are your safeties at this point. You know how banged up we are at the defensive back. And I'm going to say it. Just a gut feeling. I don't know for sure. I don't know. But I got a feeling this is the first domino to fall. I got a feeling this is the first domino to fall. You got more trades coming. And maybe the Eagles look at it like, we're going to go out and we're going to bring in a corner. And we're going to get one of our guys, Avonte Maddox, I don't know who. But they're going to let somebody play a lot of safety. A lot of the defensive backs that we have are interchangeable. They can play slot, they can play outside, they can play safety. So maybe they're looking at it that way. I'm going to say I think this is the first domino to fall for the Eagles acquiring a defensive back. I think something's up. Okay, to get rid of, in my opinion, a guy that's been halfway decent with Johnathan Cyprien, to get rid of him now when you're so beat up in the secondary, I've got to wonder what's going on. I'm telling you, I think something's up. Of course, Atlanta wanted to make this move because they lost their safety, Neal, so they had to do it. But the reasons why the Eagles did it, I'm a little surprised because, like I said, we're so beat up in the secondary. I think something's up. I think there's another domino to fall. I'm not going to make any predictions of what it is. You know all the guys out there. We'll see what's going on. But I think something's up because I don't think you would get rid of a defensive back when you're so thin at defensive back. Yeah, these sticking kids outside yelling, shut the hell up. I'm talking here. Anyways, I'm just joking around. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I find it like it's a very interesting trade. We'll see what Duke Riley can do. We just got Grugier Hill back. And I did hear a little bit of Schwartz, and he was talking about some of the bad secondary play has come from the linebackers. So maybe he's not too happy with the linebackers. But like I said, Duke Riley hasn't even played this year. I mean, like he was on Atlanta's crap list. You know what I'm saying? I think they were very disappointed with him. So keep your eyes out. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. But if I had to guess, and believe me, I'm not always right. I'm far from always right. But if my gut feeling tells me this is the first domino to fall for a trade for another defensive back. It's coming, and they wanted to get rid of Cyprien before they did it. So we'll see what happens. With that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.